And I have one question. Would someone like to read?
I can read.
Excellent. So, also, as you read, would you give me the permission to interrupt you if there's a comment that is needed? And or would you ask a question if there's something you don't understand?
Yes, no
Cool.
problem.
Thanks,
Okay.
Amanda.
Science and the law. As far as the laws of mathematics refer to reality, they are not certain, and as far as they are certain, they do not refer to reality. Albert Einstein. Scientifically speaking, am I aware that I am straddling two worlds, quantum versus Newtonian? In the quantum world, the law has no laws, since everything is possible. However, in the Newtonian world, for a law to be a law, it must be certain, dependable, and even predictable. Such need for reliability is how I often find myself attached to a specific outcome. This attachment is the main reason why I am not manifesting my dream reality. I can't surrender to a higher power.
So
Let's say,
just a moment, Amanda. Does it make sense to you that the need for reliability is how we get attached?
yes.
Okay, thank you.
It's kind of like being attached to like how something's gonna express, not like what's gonna express, I guess.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
it's
hearing.
like what an addiction is. You know, I know I'm gonna lose. Each time I act out my addiction, I know that the end result is a lost battle. However, I can expect that. And that's why I do it. Because I can be certain that I'm going to have this result. Whereas if I let go of my addiction, wow, I would have to meet the unknown. And that's not quite comfortable.
Okay.
Okay.
I continue.
Please.
Okay. This attachment is the main reason why I'm not manifesting my dream reality. I can't surrender to a higher power. Let's say that I want to create $1 million. The law of attraction makes it mine, provided that I keep my focus on having, feel my gratitude for my abundance, take coherent action, and allow for the universe to deliver my million in its own terms. So why TSP? First, to make it crystal clear that the law of attraction is always in operation. In other words, I always get what I want, which may not be the same as what I think I want. Second, to inquire on why I would unconsciously continue to argue for my limitations. Third, to re-energize the decision to fully surrender, since surrendering is the prerequisite to resonating with coherence.
Okay. So, Amanda, what touches you in what you read?
Resistance to the idea that it's always in operation, because I think the example of $1 million is just so material, and it's easy to be like, that's just not true. Like, I can't have $1 million if I want it enough, but I know that's not what this is really saying. This is not about that, the $1 million.
Yes. So the question becomes, what is your metaphorical $1 million? You see,
What is TSP?
the small print.
Okay. All right.
Of course. Anyone else would like to share what touched you on that page?
I like the idea of straddling two worlds. I often find myself clinging to one of them. And so I just like exploring that.
Excellent. Yes. Is it going to be one or the other, or could it be both?
Yeah.
Thanks, Emily. Any other burning desire?
I was gonna, I don't see it here right now. My brain is kind of fluffy, but I wrote down aversion or attraction, and I'm like, wow, that so plays out in my life.
Mhm.
Whether it's an aversion or attraction, and it's like, anyway, I just wanted to say that. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, that's handling, isn't it? How we are manipulated by the unconscious.
Yeah,
That mostly goes into either I hate this or I love this. Either I don't want this or I only want this.
I'm surprised how attracted I am to my aversion.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we wonder what allergies are.
Well,
Yeah.
well, Maha, there's a good opportunity for us to take a slight pause and do the exercise now, if you like.
Perfect. So do I stop share? Start the
can.
process?
Sure. So the way the exercises work, I just placed a URL into the chat, and it will be available obviously after the meeting as well. What you'll see on the screen that I'm sharing is that there is a small box at the bottom of the page. At the top of the page is obviously the document we just read, and below is a little form. It has 5 questions, and I'm not going to read them at the moment, but I will put them in the chat. And what happens is you fill it out and then press the submit button at the bottom. So beginning now, take 5 minutes, and we will be back in just a bit after you've had a chance to fill that out.
And when you submit, it goes to your email address. Is that correct?
That is exactly right.
Thanks.
So enjoy your 5 minutes, and if you have problems logging in, just send me a text. We got about a minute left. All right. So how was that? Anybody interested in sharing how the questions touched you?
I can,
Go ahead.
no, you go. It's fine.
Okay, I was just gonna say, like, so, seeing that I'm not 10 out of 10 confidence in a lot of those areas kind of reveals that, like, the areas relative to knowing I'm at peace and knowing that my actions benefit everyone, not just myself. Like, I don't think about that kind of stuff a lot. So just realizing my confidence isn't 100% insightful.
Thanks, Emily. Andy, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I guess the first question, just reflecting back based off that last slide too, that like being attached to the outcome is the Newtonian way of thinking about it. And so that's actually like works against you. And like the law of attraction is working in the quantum. So yeah, the resistance to reality is what pushes away like what you think that you want. But what I guess it just opens up a Pandora's box of questions. Like, what does it even look like to desire results from something other than the ego?
What?
Insightful.
Like, if the ego can't even perceive it, like, what is desire? Like, what is desire is my question.
Exactly. And to answer that question, to know the truth behind what's the truth when of desire, have to let go of ego, have to give it all. Then I can know, and only then I can know what it is that I truly desire. Does that make sense?
I guess it's a question of who is the I that's asking.
Exactly.
It's like, I desire $1 million. It's not really it's maybe a distraction from the real desire. Like that, these kind of illusions of ego-based desire. So
Yes.
it's important. Yeah.
Yes. Excellent.
All right. And as we mentioned earlier, you will have an opportunity to revisit these questions as many times as you like. So thank you for taking the opportunity to do it for the first time around. And you're invited to keep coming back until you can experience what you want. Go ahead, Maha. We're ready to move.
Excellent.